first, let me get this out. If there is anybody, if you have relatives who want to, friends or relatives or whatever, who want to come to LA, like they're from out of the country and they want to come to LA to watch the concert, you guys can use my account to buy my Ticketmaster account to buy a ticket. I'll buy the ticket in your behalf, and then just send me the money. I'll buy the tickets, just because there's a lot of problems with the ticketing in J Hope's concert. So, hi Carrie. So just wanted to put it out there. Hi Quanti Med. Happy to catch your live tonight. So let's go through the issues of the ticketing. This is because I'm so pissed with what's happening, and it's certainly not anybody's fault. I mean, it is Ticketmaster's fault, definitely not J Hope's fault. So we know that during the pre-sale, the tickets were actually sold out because I personally went to the pre-sale. I tried to get tickets for like New York, Dallas. I wanted to get tickets just to resell to armies at cost because I knew there scalpers were going to try and get some tickets. So I tried my best to get tickets, and my Patreon community would know that because I was posting screen caps of my experience. Like while it was happening, I was actually posting it online. Like I think in the first day I was when I went in, I was 57,000th on the line, something like that. So it's like, oh my God, I wouldn't stand any chance because I knew if I'm 57,000th on the line and the venue was like 18,000 or something less than that, what chance do I have, right? So anyway, I went through the entire experience just to see how it's gonna go. And by the time it was my turn, this is what came out. Tickets are sold out now. Check back soon. And this is not an isolated experience because someone else from Patreon, in our Patreon community, experienced the same thing. Tickets were sold out. So we couldn't get any tickets anymore. And this is just one screen cap. This is just for New York, but I tried Dallas. I tried everything else. And every venue was sold out. So if it wasn't sold out, I would have tickets because I was trying to buy just for other armies who couldn't get in, who wouldn't be able to go in. And I wanted to be able to sell to them at cost. That's why I tried to get tickets, even though I knew I won't be able to go to New York or any other venue or any other state other than my home state, which is California. So I knew I was going to wait for California to be able to get a ticket, but I ended up getting a suite. Okay. So we know this, it was sold out. And this was me. I was posting my an update on where I was on the queue, and it was absolutely horrible. 26,614, and I'm like, the how many are, and if each of this buyer would buy at least two, I did not stand a chance for sure. Okay, so Leah said she is shifting back to Twitch because Twitch is twitching on me today. Okay, and then Touring Data actually announced it was sold out for Barclay for New York. They announced it 100% sold. And then several days ago, they started releasing tickets. So we were like, what the hell is the problem? Why do you suddenly have tickets now? Okay, so and this is not an isolated incident. They started releasing tickets on other venues as well, especially LA. So now everyone is asking, what the hell is going on? Why is Ticketmaster suddenly releasing tickets? Some, and many of those are actually cheaper when they first sold this. So we were like, okay, so we need to get to the bottom of this, what's actually going on. Now, apparently they did not release all the tickets during pre-sale, which is stark contrast with how they did it with Suga's tour. So that was the first thought. Like maybe they didn't release all the tickets, they were holding on to other tickets for some reason. Because for Suga's tour, everything was everything was already sold out during pre-sale. Army member pre-sale, it was sold out, and there was very little scalping that happened. Very little. There was a few scalping that happened, but very little. It wasn't rampant. So the question now is, um, why? Why will they not release? Why will they hold tickets during pre-sale and release the rest after the general sale? Like, what is the problem? Why would you do it when you know that the demand is there? Obviously, the demand is there because it already sold out. Now, remember the Ticketmaster was already called out and they were actually sued for colluding with scalpers. They were actually taking a cut. And this was, there were investigations, they were actually dragged to court. Okay, so in this article, this is a CBS News article. I don't know if you can see clearly. It says here the undercover person said that I have gentleman who's got 200 Ticketmaster.com accounts. So if you look at this, so this is okay, let's just read this conversation. Um, they have, this is what the Ticketmaster representative said. They have a secret scalper program that they don't talk about in any corporate reports. Okay. Um, what we discovered is they are selling something called Trade Desk, which is an online system. It's purposely designed for professional scalpers and it helps manage large inventories. Here's how it works: scalpers set up false accounts, fake accounts, to buy tickets in bulk on Ticketmaster.com. Since the website limits how many tickets one person can buy, the scalpers then sell those tickets at inflated prices on Trade Desk. And so Ticketmaster will then take a cut out of that, out of whatever earnings the scalper will get. And many of them are saying that maybe the CEOs or the executives or the executive vice presidents or whoever don't really know about this, but certainly the employees. There are many people inside Ticketmasters that are earning money, making money using this practice. So they will intentionally hold tickets and then release it to scalpers. Scalpers will then resell it and they'll take a cut out of that. And so many feel that this is one of those instances. They held on to tickets just so they can release it to scalpers and take a cut from the earnings of scalpers. It is horrible. Yes. Okay. And this is another article about the investigation, and it's almost the same thing. They are using a software which is Trade Desk that will that will allow fake accounts to buy tickets in bulk, resell it, of course, with inflated prices, and then they'll take a cut. Okay, so this is not just one investigation. So they were already dragged to court, and someone, they actually have several lawsuits going on right now. They were actually called to the Congress. The Congress questioned them about it, and the Congress questioned why they have monopoly over this. So remember, their parent company is Live Nation, and Live Nation bought Ticketmaster. So they have the event, they have monopoly over event and event organization, and they have monopoly over uh, pricing, ticket selling. So many are asking them, why did Ticketmaster not plan not why didn't they do the same thing for Suga then? Because as I've said, for Suga's tour, there were very little scalping that happened, and right after, and this absolutely didn't happen. After it was sold out, they weren't Ticketmaster was not releasing any new tickets anymore. There were some who were reselling them the usual way, but not this way anymore. So um someone said, well, they didn't know that the demand was going to be high for D-Day. So they didn't set it up for Suga. They probably thought, well, this is just one member of BTS. It's not going to have the same demand as the concert of an entire group. I don't know if that's true, but possible. Remember, these people are not really attuned with, not necessarily attuned with Asian pop, most likely attuned with Western pop, but not Asian pop. The second thing is that probably they decided not to do it because during that time they were fresh off a war waged by Taylor Swift and they had to be careful. You want to go down, baby? Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Say bye bye to everybody. It's like, say bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye, Dembo. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye, people. Bye bye, people. Bye bye, people. Okay. Okay. Um. So can we not complain? Okay. Let me. We'll try to do something about it, but let's go through it first. So they were fresh off a war waged by Taylor Swift and had to be very careful. So probably they laid low because this talk about um Fire Butterfly said there's where is it? There's Min Hee Jin fan club number one on YouTube. Well, she hasn't said or he hasn't said anything yet, so let's give the person the benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe this is he or she's just trying to be funny. Okay, let's continue. So they were fresh off a war with waged by Taylor Swift. As you know, she was very pissed because of all the system actually just crashed on her fans when they were trying to buy tickets. It crashed, and then same thing. She was fighting the scalpers, and so she actually she was the reason Ticketmaster was called on to Congress because of her because she really complained. She really made noise, so maybe that's one reason Ticketmaster decided, okay, let's lay low and not do anything for a while. Okay. Okay. So now another question that other people are asking, did limiting it to US buyers affect the demand? I don't think so. And this is in all honesty. Even if they limit it per state, like LA only, New York only, I have absolutely no doubt J Hope can sell out SoFi. Absolutely no doubt. And I've said that many times on X, I've said that many times on Patreon. He can sell out SoFi. So no, I don't think limiting it to US based buyers affected the demand. I think what affected everything else is another problem altogether. And that is the fire in California. So as you know, there were yeah. So as you know, there were I think about uh I think more than 20 areas affected by the fire, and at least 15,467 structures have been destroyed, completely destroyed. Like you cannot use these houses. And there are not 15,000 homes for sale in the area. So essentially, there are 15,467 families or individuals that needed a home. And many of these areas that were affected by the fire were residential. So they actually owned the house and the lot. It wasn't like they were renting. And so if you're paying for a mortgage and now this happened, what's going to happen to you can't fix your finances in a month. And so I think Big Hit and J Hope and even Ticketmaster were fully aware of this situation. However, and that's the reason they decided to delay the selling of tickets in California. But they couldn't, but 1 month of delay is not enough for people to recover. I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again. Not everyone is settled. Like the people that lost their homes, that lost their properties and businesses, not everybody is settled. Um, so that means that they are tight on money. I think that is more of a problem than actually limited that than actually limiting it. That was more of a problem than limiting it only to US buyers. Now the other problem is that because they limited now it could have, if they allowed other buyers from outside the US to buy, then it could have filled the gap. That's yes, that part is true. They could have filled the gap. But many of those who failed to buy tickets for the concert actually made out other plans already. Because you know how it is with BTS. Once tickets are sold out, that's it for you. You won't be able to buy it because people are actually using the tickets. And so many of these people actually already made other plans. On X, people were already booking their tickets, booking their hotel for June to go to Korea because they felt like, well, since we couldn't watch the concert of J Hope, we might as well just go to Korea in June. We have this money saved for a concert and we couldn't do anything with it because we couldn't buy a ticket. Might as well just go to Korea. And a lot of them actually bought tickets already, made arrangement right around the time when the seven of them would be discharged already, all at the same time. And so by the time they released all of these tickets, people already spent their money making other plans, booking other hotels to another country, which is South Korea. So this Ticketmaster releasing all of these tickets, this is just all effed up. It is all so messed up because a lot of people were so pissed. They wanted to buy they wanted to buy the tickets so that they can watch the concert. And when they couldn't get tickets, they just decided, okay, we're just gonna go to um I can't just okay, pause on this. I don't see this Min Hee-jin fan club. If she's leaving comments, I am not seeing her. So, so I can't block her because in my tab, she's actually not appearing. Okay. So, but if she does and if she says anything, then I will block her. Okay. So, as I've said, many armies already booked tickets to South Korea for June of 2025. They couldn't buy the tickets for J Hope's concert. They made other plans. And as you know, we are 100 days away from actually having the seven of them together again. So it's a little less for Jungkook and Jimin and RM and V. They're gonna get discharged earlier, but for the seven of them to be together, it'll be under 100 days, around 99 or 98 days. So people are just excited to see the seven of them together. Again, they couldn't buy tickets for J-Hope. Might as well book a ticket to South Korea for June. And imagine people doing this, even though they are not sure. There is going to be any kind of activities. They're not sure if there's going to be any kind of activities. They decided they're just going to do it anyway. Okay. So that's how strong the market is. Okay, so the other thing is that Ticketmaster is actually buying back the tickets for one third or one half of the price and then releasing it back to market. So what's happening is that there are some people who by accident or other circumstances had to resell the ticket back to Ticketmaster. What they will do if you post it is that they will offer to buy the ticket for a half or for one third of the price. And then they will sell it and then they will post it again available. So they're making twice the revenue that they will be making twice the revenue for the same product. So it is greedy. However, some people are claiming, specifically Ticketmaster, that they're actually doing it to discourage scalpers from reselling, from doing this again, basically. They want to send a strong message to scalpers that we will buy back tickets. Okay, I see her now. Now I can block her. um okay. So now I don't know if this is true, that this is some sort of a program that they put in place just to discourage scalpers, but some people are saying that this is some sort of a program for scalpers to realize that Ticketmaster has the capacity to resell tickets at the same price, if not cheaper. Okay. Um, I like the idea. I think it is good that they're finally thinking about how they can fight scalpers. They're just doing it the wrong way. I think I think if they want to fight scalpers, the way that the Philippines did it is still the best way. They, number one, whoever bought the ticket, the name of the person is printed on the ticket. And then that name has to match the ID that they're going to show on the venue. And only the person who bought it, who matches the ID, uh, it has to be exact. That's the only person that can enter the venue. So for example, if I bought a ticket from somebody else and then that person shows me the ID, I will not be allowed in. Now, the Philippines is not perfect, so there were some like red tape going on, but at least they had the right idea. It has to be used by the person who bought it, and only the person who bought it can enter the venue. Also, in addition, if somebody wants to resell it or for some reason won't be able to make the event, then they can resell it back to Ticketmaster at cost, right? So that solves everything. If you have an emergency or anything, sell it back to Ticketmaster and Ticketmaster will just buy it at cost. But there should be no P2P selling. I think that should just be a rule. That is fair to everybody because then even if you are late, somebody returns their ticket, you still have a chance of actually buying it. Now, it is not a perfect implementation in the Philippines, as I've said, because in the Philippines, the partner of Ticketmaster, I think it was SM, I heard that what they did is that they allowed people to pay extra so that you don't queue up. So you go directly inside. Like we had to queue up, right? We were waiting for like 45 minutes before the actual start of ticketing, and then we queue up in the Philippines, allegedly, I'm not sure, but allegedly, you can pay an extra, even if you just pay extra, like I think $100 or something, or maybe less, and then you bypass the queue, you go directly into ticketing, and so many of the good seats were actually already sold by the time members actually started getting in to buy the tickets. But I think that should be taken out if that is implemented in the US. But I think everything else is good. So whoever buys the ticket, the name should be printed on the ticket, and only they can enter the venue. So you can't pass your ID to somebody else. That's one. And second, if it has to be sold for whatever reason, then you sell it back to Ticketmaster and they will pay it at cost, no P2P selling. I think that's the best solution. I don't think doing it this way is good for the artist, for the fans, because as I've said, so many were frustrated because they were willing to buy the ticket, but because they lost the chance, they started making other plans and now they don't have money. And then the other thing is that other people who actually still have the money, it's not so easy to get into the US. Like for the Philippines, you do need to get the visa, and sometimes it takes months to actually set up an appointment. So we're barely a month away from LA, and you're only now starting to release tickets. It's so frustrating for a lot of people because these tickets could have been enjoyed and used and bought by actual armies who were more than willing to spend for it. Now, the question is, does Big Hit have a say in how tickets were going to be released? Probably they did. Um, Remember during the PTD, during the SoFi um, permission to dance, they nobody was able to buy tickets because it was purchased by all the members. If you're a member of SoFi, you can purchase the tickets automatically. So no, practically nobody was able to buy it. Um, Now, when they did another semi-residency in Vegas, that was taken out. So there were no pre-sale for members of the venue. The pre-sale started with army membership. So I think they can demand and set the rules for themselves. Another thing is that someone said in Ticketmaster that, yeah, the only limitation is technical support. Like if they want, for example, if Big Hit wants to do something that they don't have the technical capacity to do, then they won't be able to implement it. That's not a lot. I mean, as the assumption is that they're the biggest in the world, so they should be able to do it. So other than that, Big Hit should be able to demand what it is that the how the ticketing is going to go. So that is the only thing. um I think for now, that is the only solution for this, avoiding the scalpers, allowing armies to actually have the chance to buy the ticket and enjoy. Because I keep on thinking, my God, when it is OT7, when it's BTS's turn to actually go on tour, this is going to be war. And if we have all of these kinds of inefficiencies and problems and greed, it's hard enough to compete with 40 million armies to try and get tickets for a venue that's like 40,000 or 50,000 or 60,000. And then you have to contend with such inefficiency from Ticketmaster. Okay. Um, Now, what can we do? What can we do? Number one, the thing is that we should just tell everybody, just tell everybody that there are tickets available and that some tickets are actually cheaper than their original price. Some tickets they're still putting in platinum, which is also, again, very, very frustrating with all the problems that people are experiencing. They're still taking advantage of these people. But there are some tickets that are actually cheaper. So that's one. Tell everybody that there are tickets available. Now, someone in Patreon, my Patreon, in our Patreon community, actually offered, well, this one first. So, if anyone from outside the US wants to buy tickets to LA, I will allow you to use my account. So just send me the money, I'll buy the ticket for you. I'm not going to run away from you because you know where to find me. So just if you're from outside the US, you can't buy initially because you don't have a US phone number, get in touch with me and I will buy the ticket for you. Okay, I will be in both dates, so you will be able to enter the venue. Second is that this is actually a suggestion from Patreon. I forgot to ask permission from her if I can use her name or if I can actually broadcast her name. So I didn't put it here. If she allows me, then I will put it in the next live stream. But one option is to just pool the money to buy back the tickets for armies who can't afford to go. So if there's anybody who's going to organize this, just pool the money, ask for donations, and give it to armies who can't afford to go. I will be donating. So if anybody is going to organize this, then let me know because I will definitely be donating. But this is really, really frustrating. Okay, so that's what's happening. The major problem, the reason they're able to release the tickets back into the market is that they're buying it back from those that are reselling. But they're buying it back from a much lower price that allows them to actually make money again. For the same ticket, for the same product, they're actually making money twice. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's look at questions. Does the US restriction still apply, or it was only for pre-sale? It still applies because you need the US phone number. You need a US phone number. They will only deliver the ticket to a US phone number. So you have to be from the US. But I really don't think it's a problem whether it was just US or LA only or California only. I think people will be able to buy if it wasn't for the fire. So that was the main problem. And I think had they allowed non-US resident to be able to buy tickets, then that would have supplemented people who couldn't buy because they were victims of the fire. So I don't think that's much of an issue, except it happened at the wrong time. Well, a fire is never the right time. Okay, just want to make it clear. It's never the right time for a fire. It's just that you know what I mean, just circumstance. Um, Phaedra said, I could see the show if I get donated. If anyone is willing to organize this, I will donate. I will donate. Opokua said, I'm planning to sell a kidney for OT7. They're going to lose money because of these TM blunders, right? Hobie and Big Hit. Well, not. really, because the tickets were already sold out. So remember, for all the other venues, so they released Dallas, sorry, not Dallas, Texas, they released Chicago, New York, they released all of those first, and those were already sold out. So they got their money already. The only problem is that many of those people were selling it back. So I maybe because they had to, because of certain circumstances, or maybe because some of them are actual scalpers. And now the scalpers probably realize that, so this is just pure theory. So a lot of armies have become very aware, and they have a certain resolve to not support scalpers anymore. So I think when some of the scalpers managed to get some tickets, they were just not gonna buy from a scalper. Never mind, I'm just gonna go to South Korea, book my ticket there, book a hotel there, and see the seven of them together as seven. So I think the reason they released the tickets late is that scalpers were actually holding on, hoping that other people will buy what they were selling. And after some time, I guess they realized that they weren't going to sell the tickets, and so they decided to sell it back to Ticketmaster, who bought it for a much lower price. And that is why they are releasing so many tickets such short notice. I mean, when is the first concert and they're still releasing tickets? So in the answer to your question is that Ticketmaster and Big Hit already got their money. It's just that we don't want empty seats during the concert. Okay, I'll say that again. So for what Lara was talking about is that for in the Philippines, the partner of Ticketmaster was SM Ticketing. SM is a conglomerate, one of the biggest companies in the Philippines, and they have several businesses, including department stores and malls, events, and now ticketing. So what they did was, for a fee, an extra fee. So remember, you're already paying for your membership as an army to WeVerse, right? And that is supposed to be your pass so that you get uh, a chance to buy the ticket to pre-selling. So for them, they give you another layer. Um, they give you another layer, and they will, for that money, for the money that you pay them, you don't have to queue up. So as soon as, even before the time hits, you can go in, start choosing your ticket. And so by the time the rest actually comes in, they're left with bad, but well, not bad, but they're left with, they don't have all the options. So that was how SM ticket, what are they called, SM tickets actually gamed it. So that's how they got extra income out of it. Fire Butterfly said, I like your solution. Can we spam that to TM? Certainly, but I think more than Ticketmaster, it should also be Big Hit. They should also be pushing for this, especially for OT7. Like, I can already imagine the headache that we are all going to experience because of this. It's just, I so I hope somebody puts this forward to Big Hit. I hope somebody puts this forward to Ticketmaster. I have less hope for Ticketmaster because I know that they're also trying to make as much money as they can, from their business. So I feel like, this is not going to give us enough chance to have enough money, so might as well. So anyway, but I think more than Ticketmaster, it should be Big Hit that should take the initiative to do it this way. People were reselling tickets for 1,300. My gosh. I know that for platinum pricing, which is, what do you call that, the pricing that adjusts depending on the demand, I know that it was like 900 or something. So even then I was like, 900, it's like, oh my god, it's like my rent or something, or somebody's rent, not my rent, but somebody's rent. So, and for 1,300, and some are even, that's just too much. Fire Butterfly said, can you post it to Patreon in a letter form or something we can copy paste so we can spam Big Hit? Okay, I'll do that. I will put it in a letter form, but you have to change it a little bit because their system might block us or mark us as spam if the system reads that it is the same letter being sent over and over again. So you have to change it a little bit, but I'll post it there. Okay, we can tweak it. Yes, please tweak it. So I'll post it there. Um, okay, Danji said Danji said the only solution is for Hyde to cut out Ticketmaster and make tickets for purchase only through WeVerse, and it'll be tied to your membership number. That is another option, and that is an even better option. However, it's still not going to totally eliminate scalpers, because a lot of scalpers are actually buying membership just so they can buy tickets in advance and sell it back. However, it's a better option, because it's going to filter out the insiders of Ticketmaster who are gaming the system. So that's an even better solution. Um, but yeah, I mean, if they can do it that way, that would be better. The only issue is that it's actually not that easy, because Ticketmaster is already network and integrated with many venues. So they already have this networks, technical setup, and all of those things. So if WeVerse is going to do it, then they're going to redo all of those setups, which is not a bad idea, because they do have a lot of artists signed up in WeVerse. And all of those artists, when they go on a global tour, they'll be able to enjoy the resources and the network. So I hope they do that too. Definitely. Fake Love said, I was so pissed that when I got in, I wasn't able to purchase, saying my membership number was invalid. That's another problem that I heard some people had. So they entered their membership number and it was just like the system was telling them this is invalid. Um, Fire Butterfly said Ariana Grande, Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. And all the other, like, there's a lot of, I think the rule should be once you sign up, if you're an artist and once you become a member of WeVerse or you set up your own platform in WeVerse, then you should be able to enjoy their ticketing. That is also that's going to be an extra boost for WeVerse, because that's going to encourage more artists to sign up to their platform, and a lot more fans can actually sign up to WeVerse. And also it's going to be an alternative to Ticketmaster, because Ticketmaster is just monopolizing the industry, and that's not good. Okay. Lara said, I queued for 3 days for J Hope Hope on the Street on Manila, and it was so stressful. Did you get tickets, Lara? Caribbean lady, check flights and flight package with a trusted airline. Go from there. Also, Fairlane will have lots of advice. Yes, maybe. What are you trying to do, Caribbean lady? Um, we need more perks on WeVerse. That would exactly, and that is going to be one great perk, right? I mean, if I plan to watch the concerts of Les Seraphim and the concerts of Islet and the concerts of uh what do you call this? And Team and Hypen. So if the ticketing is on WeVerse, that's a win for me. So I hope that they actually do it. Fire Butterfly said she wants to go to Korea maybe, but didn't know where to start looking for pricing, etc. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? What country are you coming from? The US? I found accounts on Reddit that were asking for army membership codes. Some people were selling their codes. Oh my god, that's horrible. Why will you sell your code? And are they crazy? Are they aware that people can actually use it to get into their account? It's people. Oh my god, that's horrible. Be proudly cheaper to fly out of country to see a concert. Okay, Caribbean lady, let me know where you're coming from, and maybe I have some advice for you. Okay, so I guess if we try to concentrate just on the solution, that's what we need to do. One is let as many people know that there are tickets available, and some of those tickets are actually good seats, and some are actually being sold at a much lower price. Some are still being sold for their platinum price, but some are actually cheaper. Second is, as I've said, if you are from another country, and you want to go to LA to watch the concert, I will buy the ticket and just send me the money. I'll buy it. I'll be in both days, so we can coordinate, and you will not have a problem.